Hey everybody, welcome back to another Blade XLord video. Before we get into the content, I just want to mention that I started a Discord recently with a lot of help from a fellow member of my Knights League, Rev, so shout out to Rev, and the link's going to be in the description of the video, so if you'd like to come join the Mysidia Gaming Discord and chat about this game or any of the other games that we're playing, then feel free to hop in there and we'll see ya. Okay, so on to the reason that I made this video. I get asked a lot of questions, especially on my top 3 units video and on my re-rolling video, all about whether people should re-roll or not, or whether their formation is any good or not. And I see similar questions pop up on Reddit and other sites and on the Discord and pretty much everywhere. So there's a lot of questions going around, and I feel like there's also some preconceptions that are maybe not true. So I kind of wanted to clear up my thoughts on a few things, and hopefully this will help everybody enjoy the game more that is really worried about building the perfect party. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the tier list that we have. So the tier list is based on the units that's out right now, and they take this tier list from the Japanese one and kind of amend it to what we have available to us. So when you see a tier list in any sort of game at all, you have to keep in mind that this is however many people, like a small amount of people that are making a list. It's by no means a definitive thing that is the be-all, end-all. And just think about it this way. If you were looking for sports news, you wouldn't only ever go to ESPN. You would look at a few other sites with a few other takes, and you would get lots of information. So, but we go to one single tier list, and that's not to discount any of the work that they're doing, because the tier list is pretty useful, and it is honestly accurate. The top 3 units are at the top for a reason, but reasons change. For example, if we end up with a raid boss or an event boss that is super resistant to physical damage, well, all of the top 3 are going to be poor units for that boss compared to some of the more magic dealers that we have on the tier list. So depending on what we need characters for, then you're just going to need different units for different situations, and that's okay. But if we're just looking at kind of an overall power level, then definitely the top 3, they're all really useful. Heath Bell is just straight up incredibly powerful, has an amazing brave skill, and then Shias can debuff so he can fit into non-mono parties, and if he's in a mono party, you're getting your buffs up, and you're also debuffing your opponent, which is really great. And then Alicia can buff as well, and she's also got some really great skills to accompany her whole kit. So and they all have like a little bit higher stats than some of the other characters in their role. So definitely the tier list is something that we should look at. It's something that we should learn from, but just keep in mind it's not going to be the end of the world if you don't have those units. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about are mono formations. So we've definitely seen early on the advice was to go mono formation if possible, and if possible light element, because the first event has a dark boss and we can do some extra damage using our light element characters. Now, that's definitely really solid advice. Mono parties are just really powerful because you can have your full kit of weapons decked out to boost your party. For example, let's count up how many things boost my light attack and magic attack. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 weapons here that will boost my attack and magic attack for light units, and then I have 2 more weapons that boost the HP of light units, and then there's 3 slots that are not doing that. Now imagine if all 12 of these slots boosted attack. What kind of crazy attack bonus would you get? Obviously that's fairly significant, and you can't reap the full benefits of that without having a full light party. So even though Shias might debuff, I'm pretty sure that his debuff will never truly make up for the potential of a full kit of light boosting weapons. So at the end of the day, a light or a mono element formation is going to be really powerful, but it's not, again, it's not the be all end all. We're talking like kind of like a win more situation here. As you can see, I do use Shias, and I have completed the story. At no point did I have very much difficulty at all. In fact, I autoed the entire story up to a certain point, and then I had to play certain bosses manually around chapter 18, but I was still autoing most of the levels, and at no point did I have a game over. So you can do things, and I do have a very good party, but there are multiple ways to do things, and you can definitely enjoy yourself playing whatever you want. So if you like certain characters, then play those characters, and you can try to find a way to kind of benefit your party and do some buffs some other ways. Maybe you don't want to do light, you want to do a fire party, then by all means you should do that. There's nothing wrong with building up characters that you like, that you enjoy, and I think that's the best way to enjoy a game. I happened to start with a light unit and got very lucky to pull 2 more light units, so my path was kind of made. But I started with I believe this account was Redden. Redden was my starter, and it was either him or Achel. So I didn't re-roll until I got an SS tier or even an S tier. I started with just a unit that I really liked, which was Redden, and then I built around him. So it all worked out in the end. So what I'm trying to say is that I want to manage your expectations. None of us are doing the absolute height of content yet. There's lots of time to build up your unit pool. Eventually, we're going to be building entirely different teams for different events, so that we can be very powerful for, let's say there's a lightning event and we need to build against that. Then we're gonna have to use different elements than light units. Sure, we're not going to be weak to lightning if we use light, but we're not going to be strong against it either. So there's definitely going to be a lot of room to do all sorts of fun customizable stuff. You can do that with your accessories as well, and that's one of the things that I'm enjoying so much about this game, is just the amount of customization that goes on with all the equipment that you can craft and upgrade and all that kind of stuff. So now, and if you see me replying to comments on my videos, I'm always going to give people solid advice. I don't want to have people coming back here saying, oh, you told me to play a 4-element team and now I can't beat anything. In the end, whatever team you stick with, that's your decision, and I'm going to recommend a light team, but and I'm also going to recommend a mono team, but I'm also going to say, like, you know, play an odd character in if you want, or mix things up. And if that's what makes you happy, this game has a lot of story in it, so that can get you really invested in the game. And if you like certain characters in the story, then play those characters, and if you don't like certain characters, then don't play those ones. And I think that that's going to really help people long-term want to stay in the game, is just doing what makes them happy, opposed to trying really hard to get the most ideal party that there is, because there's also just a lot of luck involved. Some people just haven't been lucky enough to pull the right characters, and I'm right with quotation marks, and they don't want to have to re-roll 100 times to do it. Just like I only re-rolled, I think, like 8 or 9 times. I can't remember what I did. So that's the end of my rant, and if you have any thoughts on that, please let me know in the comments below, and I'm really excited to discuss this with all of you if it's something that you do want to talk about. But I thought maybe we'd end the video on a fun note, so I'm going to do some summoning on the Lieselot banner. I've got a bunch of gems. I'm gonna do 3 pulls right now. I want the swords for Shias, but I wouldn't mind getting her. She's pretty interesting. I really don't like how her abilities are split between physical and magical damage. It makes it hard to specifically spec her accessories and stuff, but it is, and it's also, you have to get her weapon because you want it to be, let's see, her weapon here at max will give a big boost to both to both magic attack and attack, so you definitely want that. But let's take a look. We'll see if we can get anything cool, if we get any cool units, and then we'll go from there. So let's do 10 summon, and off we go. Okay, so we've got a rare. Let's see this guy. This guy's gonna whack this orb with his sword. This is actually one of my more favorite gacha animations out there. I mean, crystals, always good. Whacking an orb with a sword, that's also really cool. And the fact that he has to really power through. It's like he's trying to impress someone, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get through it in one swing, and it didn't quite work out. So he's like, oh, I gotta keep pushing. Okay. Why I'm doing this is all junk. Well, I am actually hoping for some more light rares for the abilities that they give you. There we go. Come on, and we got more rares. You know, there's a lot of people depending on me to pull well here to... Oh, there we go, we got an upgrade. Nice. To get out of jail. Okay, this is... What? What is going on? Oh, I'm scared to click this. Nice. Inferno Spike. These weapons, I don't do this view very often. I usually hit skip. These weapons look really nice when you actually watch it like this. Okay, here we go. This little Scarlet Edge. Okay, here we go. Hey, well, there she is. So she'll be my 4th light unit for the if I do a full light party, which is pretty cool. Okay, now we just need to get her weapon, the Sage's Hand, and the staff. It looks like a hand. Who'd have thought? Here we go. Oh, that's my 2nd one. So it'd be nice to pull number 6, and then I could get his weapon up right away. Here we go. We got one more SSR and woo, SSR sword. I mean, that's pretty good. I've got a character that can go on. That's actually a really cool looking one. So here's the cool thing about SSR weapons is that I can get this 2nd ability here for my character. Now, I wish I could see the max stats on this, but it's got more magic attack and it's got magic defense. So this is going to be really good. I can slap that on Achel. And then we've got her. Okay. There you go. With the swords and her flower dress and whatever. So there's Lieslot. Okay, let's take a look. Did I do all my summons? I said I was gonna do 3. I'll do one more. I just spent all my luck. By the way, everyone's out of jail. Here we go. We'll do one more. Okay, we got another SSR. Okay, break open a few. Who is this guy, by the way? Nice. Okay. We had to start with a discouraging one, and this is why you never stop, right? I'm gonna make people make some bad decisions. They're gonna see this and they're going to pull. Nice. Okay, this is my 3rd copy of this sword, and it's a really solid sword, or pair of swords. Really good stats, and it has the light attack that I've been wanting, but it also maybe can evolve them at this point too. Okay, Crescent Moon, very cool, very cool. Yeah, Daggy. So here's an example of a character that I'm not that big a fan of in the story, so I just don't know that I'm gonna play Zaggy. But it is just good to collect characters. Okay, here we go. Okay. I think we got one more. Oh! Well. He's a +1. Oh, and I get some stones back too. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, so we've got Zaggy, Weirdo, all the machines and stuff. Okay, so the cool thing that I like about Zaggy's kit is that this is a buff and a heal, which is very nice. The attacks are okay, but I do like that the heals have buffs, and I also like that this is a heal all that removes seal. That's got utility. It's not great at 3 BP, but it's not bad, and it's just got such a relevant status ailment cure, which is really nice. Resistance is always fine, and the panacea is also pretty cool, but very niche. I like building up offense rather than defense. So hey, so that's not bad. Those are some pretty good pulls, and then now I can kind of just sit back and enjoy this time. I've got my new unit, and I don't have to worry about pulling for a while, so I'm gonna save up for sure. So let's go real quick, and we'll see what I have. Lease a lot. Yeah, all those going to you. All those are gonna go to you. Boom. You are doing well. I'm actually gonna have to give those swords to her. Now, do I want to just keep pumping stuff into her? I just was leveling a different light character too, Hein, so I'm really spreading my resources out right now, which is not smart. I'm gonna save her. I'll build her up slowly is what I'm gonna do. But what I'll give her is, so right now I've got Shias has got my glory bringers at 40, and then Atril's got another pair here. So what I'm going to do is I can actually limit break those ones and then raise them up and eventually give them to Lieselot. So I'll probably do that. But what I also want to look, this is the tough part. So I've got this sword here, which is more attack than, by the way, this name, Zest Guardian, is amazing. But if I can take this sword off, and for instance, I can put it down instead of the spear to keep my buff, and then I can get a better sword on him, because this is gonna overall be better. Although I also have another blue sword here, yeah, and this one's more attack minded. Okay, so we're gonna level up this aquamarine bolt. We'll give it to Atril. We'll put his sword down on Redden, and then we'll evolve these glory bringers so that we can get them boosted up, and then we're good. So to summarize the video, I'm great at pulls. Things are working out for me, and y'all's out of jail. Okay, that's gonna be it. Thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the rant, and I hope you enjoyed the pulls, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can show your support with a like and subscribe, and by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/MysidiaGaming. Until next time, keep it real, Mysidians.